Hey, hi, and hello. Angry Gorilla here. Welcome back to the PokeMMO server. Today we are doing something a little bit different than the playthrough series that we normally do. If you want to check that out, links in the description. You can follow our adventure on the server and see our progress. But anyway, today what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a little money-making method that I use from time to time. Clearly, I don't have a lot of money at the moment, so it doesn't take that much to start up. Okay, there's a few Pokemon that you need to have in order to have this whole process work, but it doesn't take that much. You got the GTL, you can go through the storyline. It does require you to make some progress in the storyline. Not a great deal, but some progress. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be utilizing the Rock Smash HM in Kanto. So pretty much we want to be facing up against Geodudes and Gravelers. Okay, there's a few things that I want to say about that though. So currently we are in one island here. So if you don't know how to get to one island, you pretty much have to do the 7 gyms. And I think that's the earliest you can have the 7 islands available. So, but there's that. Personally, this is how I like to set up my party for this method. Okay, so what we have is I have my leading Pokemon is my Banette. Okay, so this Pokemon is a Pokemon that I picked up from the GTL. It started off as a Shuppet, but yeah, so it started off as a Shuppet, but the reason why I grabbed it was it has the Frisk ability as well as it has the move Thief. Okay, so pretty much Frisk, the Pokemon can see if a foe Pokemon is holding an item, and then Thief just steals it. Okay, so that's perfect for what we want because Geodude is clearly holding an item that we want. Okay, also the extra bonus is that Banette is a ghost type Pokemon, so moves like Self-Destruct and Explosion, which Geodude and Graveler have, won't affect it. Okay, so secondly I have my Pickup Meowth just in case. It also has Flash and Dig, as well as Bite, just in case. So Dig will utilize, it has a pickup ability, not too much more than that. We won't really be using Meowth other than its Dig ability. Okay, I have Crobat just so I can fly, as well as it's of some decent level, but other than that, doesn't really play into effect. That could be another Pokemon that you want to use experience, like having XP share on or whatever. So this is my catching Pokemon, my Parasect, that has the ability Damp as well as Sweet Sense for False Swipe and tackle foes. I just use this just in case I find a Pokemon that I want to catch, or say if I've forgotten to remove the item that I've just stolen, I can always switch in for my catcher and still catch the Pokemon because I've identified that it's got an item. Lastly, I've got Abra, which I've got its only move is for teleport, which I could use to go to the PC if I need to. There is the hot spring here in Kindle Road, or One Island. So there's that, but say if I didn't want to go to the hot spring, I can always just go back to the PC and away I go again. And lastly, the most important one is my HM slave. So I pretty much have my Nidoking to have Surf, Rock Smash, and Strength. They're the 3 HMs that I like to use for this little method. Okay, so now that we have our team all sorted, now let's see why we are doing this. So pretty much, if we get up Geodude, we can look at the wild locations. We can see it has rocks, very common. We have rocks at Mount Ember, as well as you can also do rocks at Rock Tunnel. This one you can do, don't recommend doing because Kindle Road and Mount Ember are that close to each other. You might as well just do those two. Yes, it's of a higher level, just only slightly, but still. Okay, and you've got Graveler. Okay, so same deal. They're in the rocks. You got Cerulean Cave, but let's be real here. We want to do this as soon as we can so we can start making money, so we can start making decent progress. So obviously the items that they can hold are the Everstone and the Hardstone. So if I get up Geodude, same deal. But in Kanto, if you use Rock Smash, they have the potential to hold a Dome Fossil, a Helix Fossil, and an Old Amber. So let's just, I can't remember what they were, so let's just say, so Hardstones, you're looking at about 1600 per Hardstone, so not the best, but still you can make some profit on it. Now if we go to the Everstones, you're looking at about 5,000 minimum for an Everstone, so that's always good to have. And now if we go to the Helix Fossil, we're looking at about 5,000 for one of those, which is good to get. And then if we go to the Dome Fossil, looking at about 7,000 just for a Dome Fossil, okay, or 6,800 minimum. And then the other one, the Old Amber, looking at about 12,000. So all items you're not going to complain about getting, considering that all you're doing is stealing them from wild Pokemon. Okay, so currently, let's just see, just so I keep it fair, we've got 2 Everstones, we've got 4 Hardstones, but I've got 1 that I can't trade, as well as I've got 1 Dome Fossil and 1 Helix Fossil already. Okay, because I want to try and do this for an hour and see how much we benefit from this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly run through the path that I take for this method, and we'll go from there. So pretty much you're here on one island. You can't use repels, unfortunately, otherwise the rocks won't work. So you could come up with some encounters here, which that was lucky I didn't have any there. And so let's get on into it. So I like to smash this rock first, and straight away get an encounter. We got a Graveler. Hopefully we might get an item first up. No, we don't. So simple, no point facing it. We might as well run away. Okay. We can then do these 2. We got another encounter. So far good start. You won't always get an encounter with these rock smashes. It's not every single time, but more often than not, you get a good chance. Okay, again, we're getting a rock smash, so we've been very lucky getting 3 out of 3. Still no items yet. Okay, let us break this one. Surely there should be an item soon. Haven't got an item yet. So there's an example of you don't always get a battle. Same deal there. You're always going to come across wild Pokemon as well, running through the grass. Run away from all those. Now let's do this. No encounters there. Now we got these 3 rocks so we can smash up here. Okay, hopefully this is got an item. There we go. Okay, so this Graveler has an item. We use Thief. Right click up that there. And as you can see, we got a Helix Fossil straight away. Self-destruct actually worked, but it obviously doesn't affect Burnett. So a good experience from that. Okay, so it's very important that we remove and then we go from there. Okay. So I'll keep Bennett's summary page up here. And I'll probably do this for a little bit longer. So no item here. Okay, so now we'll run down here. Run all the way down here. Avoid this trainer. No encounter there. We have an encounter there. We don't have an item, so we can run from that. Now, this is where I normally like to use a repel, because just saves some time, saves going through all these encounters up here. I actually like to run inside here. If I've used enough thieves, I'll then run into here, heal myself. Okay, I'll then dig out, because then I save my steps. Run over to here, use surf, head up here, and then this is where we need strength. Because by the time we get to these next lot of rocks, the repels ran out. No. And then we can run up here. Unfortunately, get another encounter. We've got a Rapidash Horde. So I don't think they carry any items. Got away safely from that. No encounter there. No encounter there. No encounter there. So it's pretty hit and miss with your encounters. Now we run across to here. And we can go into here. And then we got all these rocks that we can smash as well, which give us encounters, which will hopefully lead to more items. No. No encounter there. Let's see if this has an item, which it does. We'll use Thief now. Just a hard stone, so that's the least valuable item that we're going to get, but it still is going to give us, so 23 damage is still a decent hit, but we're just going to run away from that. Remove this item. Okay, so then we'll go through here. Luckily, we'll probably get a few encounters. I got the last couple of rocks here. So yeah, once again, if there's no encounters, if there's no item, you can just straight away run from the battle. And then lastly, just don't forget to remove the item. So we'll just do these last couple of rocks, and then yeah, so no item there. So you do get a decent encounter rate. I'd say, without just if I had to guess off the top of my head, it looks like it's about 50%, but it's not always going to hold an item for you. So you'll still come across Geodudes anyway. And we got these last couple of rocks, which hopefully we can get a few more items on camera. That'd be really good. If not, yeah, run away. Well, see what else. Haven't been lucky with these items. I've been very lucky with these encounters, but just haven't been able to get the items. Okay, so once you've done that, you can pretty much then dig out of here. And then what I do is I teleport. Heal up. So it is important that you set your teleport to one island, and then away you go. You can then continue through. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this for about another hour or so, and we'll see what we occur. Okay, so we've finished that hour. Now let's just get up a calculator here. Okay, so we'll just do some numbers so we can see how we went. So we had 102 encounters. Okay, so 102 encounters for an hour. There's 60 minutes, so there's 3,600 seconds. Divide that by 102 means we had an encounter every 35 seconds, which is pretty unreal. Okay, so with that, we got 27 items all up, which I'll break down all the items in a second. Okay, so same deal. So for 3,600 seconds, we had 27 items, which is roughly 133 seconds, which is roughly an item every 2 minutes, 13 seconds. Okay, of the 102 encounters, so of the 27 items, over 102 encounters, we're looking at about 26% of the time that we have an encounter, we get an item. Okay, so there's that. So we can get rid of that. As for our items, okay, so let's look at the Everstones, which we could clearly see there. We did start off with, how many did we start off? I got it here on the side. We did have 2 already, so we got 9 Everstones. So what we can do is if we go to our, let's have a look at how much they're selling for now in that hour change. Oh, no, I want Everstones. Okay, so you can say 5,200. So if we get up the calculator, 5,200 times by 9, we got equals 46,000. Okay, we'll close this. What was the next item we got? Let's look at the hard stones. Okay, so we did have 3 prior to that. 1 was untradeable. So we ended up getting 7 hard stones. Okay, so let's have a look at that. Hard stones, same deal, 1600, so plus 1600, and we got 7 of those, times by 7. What have I done there? Plus the 7 times 1600. Okay. Then the next item we had, let's go with the dome fossil. So we did have 1 already, but we ended up getting 5 dome fossils. And we're looking about 6,800. Okay. Maybe could get 7,000 once they get rid of. So I'll list those for 7,000. So, and we got 4 of those. Okay, the next lot we got was the helix fossil. Okay, so that's 4,500 for those. We also got 5 helix fossils. So if we go another bracket, we got 4 times 4,500, which they'll take a while to sell. Okay, so plus, and then lastly we have the old ambers, which we managed to get 2 of. Which are at 12,000. So lastly, 2 times 12,000. So all up for an hour, we're looking at 128,000 Poke-yen. Okay, so there's that, as well as one thing that I did manage to get. If I quickly run to the PC, I did get some experience up in Burnett, but I did also catch these couple of Pokemon. Just so I can't stress that enough. Once you thieve an item, remove it. If not, by having the catching Pokemon there, you can then actually still salvage an item, which is the whole point of why you're doing it. So I managed to get Geodude, which had a 1x31. This Graveler, which has alright stats, but probably not the best. And I had this Golem as well, which is alright as well. So if we quickly look at those up as well, so Geodude, only 1,000, but it had the 31. So I could probably get 2 grand for that. Let's go to the Graveler. Even at base, yeah, about 1,000. And then if I go to the Golem, well, about 4,000. So about 7,000 in Pokemon there, which will probably push us up to about 130k an hour. So you can probably be more efficient in it in terms of just using repels. Like I used a couple just to get through the grass just without encounters and surfing. So, but yeah, no. Overall, I think it's a very good method, especially if you're only new. So you only need surf, you only need rock smash. Dig and teleport are optional, you know. So you do need a Pokemon with Frisk and Thief. So, and you also need the 7th gym badge, so you're able to get to one island. But I don't think that's too difficult. Yeah, you've got to put in hours, but this is one out there for you. Especially the fact that you get given, you can stock up a whole heap of Everstones, which are great for breeding. So, but like always, like, comment, subscribe what you think. Let me know any things that can tweak this method even better, and we'll go from there. So, like always, look after yourself, keep cool, stay safe, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.